LA Knight, Royce Keys, and Solo Sikoa get the better of Jacob Fatu and the Usos. Somebody get Roman Reigns on the phone, because the bloodline just got outsmarted by three guys who technically should not even like each other. That is right, folks, LA Knight, Royce Keys and Solo Sikoa just pulled off a heist so clean it belongs in a movie, and the Usos and Jacob Fatu are still trying to figure out how they got played. Before we break down exactly how this alliance of misfits took down wrestling's most dangerous family, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell, because Wrestling Rush news never misses a beat when the Bloodline saga heats up. Let's back up, because this story has more twists than a soap opera written by someone who really hates happy families. Back at WrestleMania 42, LA Knight and the Usos were actually on the same team, taking down the Vision and ISHO Speed together in a six-man tag match that felt like a genuine friendship forming in real time. Fast forward past WrestleMania, and Jay and Jimmy Uso did what Bloodline members always seem to do eventually. They went right back home to Roman Reigns, leaving Knight standing there like the guy who planned a group vacation only to watch everyone cancel at the last minute. And then things got even messier, because Jacob Fatu, who had been running around as an independent wrecking ball, lost to Roman Reigns in a tribal combat match, which in Bloodline terms is basically a contract you cannot get out of. Fatu was forced to join the family, whether he liked it or not, reuniting the group into a genuinely terrifying trio. Meanwhile, Solo Sikoa, the former enforcer turned outcast, kept refusing to rejoin his family no matter how many times Fatu and the Usos came calling, declaring flat out that he hated them and had no interest in a family reunion. That is a Thanksgiving dinner nobody wants an invitation to. Then enter Royce Keys, formerly known in other companies as Powerhouse Hobbs, a guy who grew up alongside Sikoa, Fatu, and the Usos in the Bay Area, but who got shunned by Jimmy and the rest of the bloodline because apparently blood only counts when it is convenient. Think of Keys as the childhood friend who gets left off the group chat for no good reason, except in this case the group chat is a wrestling stable that solves disagreements with steel chairs and Samoan spikes. The tension boiled over on Raw when Keys stepped into the ring against Jimmy Uso, and things went sideways fast. Jacob Fatu interfered, chaos broke out, and just when it looked like the numbers game would bury Keys and company, Solo Sikoa strolled down to the ring appearing to make peace, throwing out the classic, blood is thicker than water line and even offering up the bloodline salute like the prodigal son finally coming home. Picture the moment like a heist movie where the double agent finally reveals which side he was really on the whole time, except here, Sikoa's big reveal came with a Samoan spike straight to Jimmy Uso's jaw. It was a full-blown betrayal, and the crowd absolutely lost it. With Jimmy reeling, Keys jumped right back into the fight, and then LA Knight came sprinting down like he heard the bell ring on a fight he was never going to miss, swinging a steel chair at Fatu, who barely even flinched because apparently the Samoan werewolf is built like a tank. Still, the numbers finally caught up, and Fatu was forced out of the ring, giving Knight the opening to grab a microphone and call his shot for SummerSlam. And just like that, Triple H made it official, framing the entire alliance perfectly with four simple words, the enemy of my enemy, which might be the most accurate summary of professional wrestling logic ever spoken by a WWE executive. So now we have a six-man tag match locked in for SummerSlam weekend in Minneapolis, LA Knight, Royce Keys, and Solo Sikoa against Jacob Fatu and the Usos, and honestly this feels less like a wrestling match and more like a family intervention that got completely out of hand. You have Sikoa finally getting a shot at revenge against the family that abandoned him, Keys finally getting the chance to prove he belonged all along, and LA Knight simply doing what LA Knight does best, showing up uninvited and making himself the center of attention. Meanwhile, the bloodline, fresh off reuniting Fatu into the fold, now has to deal with the reality that their own family drama might be the very thing that costs them at SummerSlam. This entire saga proves that in wrestling, just like in real life, blood does not always mean loyalty, and sometimes your toughest opponent is the guy who grew up eating dinner at your table. With SummerSlam only days away, all eyes are on Minneapolis to see if the bloodline can hold itself together, or if Knight, Keys, and Sikoa will prove that three outsiders can accomplish what an entire family could not. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.